we explore African arts, culture, and history. And there's no better place to be than at the Nike Arts and Cultural Center here in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. It's a cultural hub and one of the biggest tourist destinations for many far and wide. We would also be privileged to be having a conversation with one of the world's leading cultural icons, a painter, a sculptor, a trainer of the arts, a supporter of women and men, and a preserver of Nigerian traditional cultural practices, Chief Oyenike Davis Okundaye, popularly known as Mama Nike. Get immersed in African culture, in arts that will blow your mind, and get inspired by the words of a legend. Come with me.
I'm from Ogidi, Ijumu in Kogi State. I was born and brought up in Ogidi, but I went to Osogbo when I was 13. So I grew up in Osogbo with my mother's sister. They first took me to Osogbo when I was 7. So I was there, then they took me back to the village again. So I know Osogbo as my second home because that is where I have all my children and that is where I grew all my life. But I'm original from Kogi State, Ogidi, Ijumu, near Kaba. The first capital in Nigeria is Lokoja, it's in Kogi State. The first man who ruled Nigeria last, Lord Lugard, is buried in Lokoja, in Kogi State. And the River Niger and River Benue meet there. So I'm from a famous state. I was born on the 23rd of May 1951, and the way they passed knowledge, the education, the traditional education to kids in those days, you teach your child what you do. And that is how I was taught, the textile artist. I'm a 5th generation textile artist in my family. So I lost my mother at the age of 6. I lost my grandmother at the age of 7. And my great-grandmother raised me. And for her raising me, she taught me all this, started teaching me how to weave, which is women's loom. She taught me how to do adire and indigo. So all the things he taught me, when I finished primary 6 and I have no money to forward my education, I said, oh, this is education, let me have a focus and do it well. So that is how I continue to do the textile. And one day, my dream come true and my breakthrough come true. My father wanted to marry me to a rich man, and I have no interest in marrying because I was only 14. So I have to run away, face my career. That is what brought me to Osogbo, to my mother's sister, who is also doing adire. So then I went to meet Susan Wenja, who is also a textile artist, come from Austria, and that is how my journey started. So she said I should show her my work. When I show it to her, she said, oh, I come from Austria to come and learn your traditional textile. And then she said, I said, what advice did she have for me? He said, anything I want to do, I should have a focus and do it well. He said, you are already a professional, but have a focus. And that is how my journey started. My business has been always creativity, and I started teaching my colleagues in 1974 after coming back from US. Going to US in 1974, it gave me a breakthrough. I see life through art, and I see art through life. So getting to America, they took us to several museums and galleries. We went to teach the African America their own direct craft. And I was the only female among the 9 men in Africa. So it was a lot of struggle. But at the end of the day, they said we should take something back that will benefit our people. And I was thinking, oh, what is, because my first gallery is in my bedroom, and we are 15 wives, and 3 of us are living in 1 bedroom. So I call it African Shop Number 1. But going to America, I see what a man is doing, a woman can do the same thing. Then I say, oh, all these things they are telling me here, that if a man is a weaver, a woman cannot weave the men's loom. So it's from there I saw it. I said, okay, I will take this back. The other thing is the gallery. After seeing galleries and museums, I said, if God ever given me the opportunity, I would love to open where all the voices of the artists will be heard. Their work is their voice. So because I'm an artist, that is why I said, let me also teach other people who are less privileged. And that is why I have 4 centers in Nigeria. My headquarters is in Osogbo, Osun State, where we are training every 6 months. We are training 240 students every 3 months. Then I have Abuja, people who went to Abuja to look for a job and they cannot get a job. The center is there. We are training, my daughter just finished training the last batch last week. So then I have a center in Ogidi because the women there, their income is very low. So I started teaching. Then this gallery have a center in Badore. We are using the recycle. You will see some of the work which is recycled, pangolo, all those pangolo. We are turning it into the crafts, the waste into wealth, the waste, the trash into treasure. So I use my money that I made from my own artwork. I divide it into 3, 1 for my family, 1 for my work, and 1 for my center. So, and then from the artists, any work I sell for them, they give me 10%. That 10%, I will share it into 2. To make sure I look after their own work, I have to get a cleaner all the time to make sure the environment is clean. Then the other half, I put it to support the women, because I just see after so many years that I was just supporting only women, I said we are the mother of the sons. Let me add the boys to it. And the boys are doing a great job, especially the scrap. When we run that workshop, we run it for about 50, and the 10 that come out are boys, only 1 female. So that is why I decided to be running a workshop on scrap now. That is my latest project.